Hello everyone, so today we are looking at another episode of PFA Color Suite, but the most underrated feature that you always miss out in the actual workflow of any form of color grading called Color Mixer. So we're using PFA Color Suite 11.3 and going through the AI features, but most specifically, we're looking at Film Mixer engine. So let's get started. So we have 5 shots here and we're going to grade them one by one. So let's look at, do the foundation first. Let's grade with AI for the correction exposure, correction log, correction white balance. We achieve a very balanced foundation, and of course you can go to the CinePulse AI, filter through all the 135 parameters to create a look. You call out all the parameters and it will analyze the footage, and CinePulse AI is your personal assistant. As you use the tool more, you understand your behavior. It color grade exactly like my tone. When you pass this laptop to someone that I know very closely, and they will immediately recognize this is your great kind of style. So that's the beauty of this toolkit. But let's not do that. Let's go back to the original footage and let's grading everything with Film Mixer engine. Okay, Film Mixer engine under PFA Color Suite is comprising of 3 tools: Film Mixer, Film Separation, and Film Printer Light. So we're going to go through only these 3 tools today. So first of all, before we start, let's turn on the internal scopes of PFA Color Suite. So we increase everything. All right, then we can go down to Film Separation. So same operation here. Look at what already in the frame. So you see actually we have a vectorscope shape here. You can increase red and cyan, magenta and green, blue and yellow. They are basically stretching the entire vectorscope in the specific lines of axis. So red and cyan axis, magenta and green axis, and blue and yellow axis. So when you increase the red and cyan axis, it brings out all those details in this color palette. So that's how easy and simple it is. And of course, you can bring out magenta and green as well. That helps to return your image and bring more vitality to your image. Then you can go to Film Mixer. Once you have the foundation, you can decide what exactly is the palette you are building here. It can be teal and orange, it can be teal and pink, it can be magenta and green. Look at how nicely it shifts every single thing. So this is basically normalized color slider. So contrary to other traditional tools, Film Mixer basically is remixing the color of RGB to create color crosstalk. So sometimes we know it as color crosstalk as well. And we have 9 outputs under each RGB have their own separate RGB simulating the film kind of channels. So look at the vectorscope now. So these 9 channels will work with the vectorscope very well. For example, I want to create more cyan in the shot. Cyan is opposite of red. So under the red output, I just need to put it in the opposite direction. I'm actually remixing all the red channels into cyan. So this is something that only the very professional colorists have a hand of understanding of film mixing. Okay, it's the most advanced tool, but the beauty about this tool is it works with any bitrate, because you can have different bitrate of image that will tab if you're using the traditional HSL qualifier, but channel math, as long as your image has RGB colors, they can be remixed. So regardless of 8-bit, 10-bit, 12-bit, raw, log, it will work flawlessly. So this is the most consistent cinematic palette building tool. So now let's build more green. We can do that. At the same time, we can build more blue, Then after that, you nail a very nice look. Look at the before and after. That's how simple it is, okay? Of course, we can look at Film Printer Lights. Film Printer Lights basically is injecting color that was previously not shot on set, because there is no yellow on set, right? But because of the shadow protection and skin protection built in, we have a very nice narrow range of injection of color in a specific zone. So this works like depth map. But the beauty is it can run at 32-bit float. That means it can play back at raw speed. Okay, no matter what timeline and resolution you put it. So now imagine I want to add more yellow in the scene and add more green into the scene. Look at how it instantly changed the mood. But not my entire image is being affected. Look at the introduction of these areas. It's very isolated. If you look at the production mask, only these white areas are being affected. So that's how powerful this engine is. Now, to prove my point, I copy this grade to another shot. Look at how well this entire grade stays, because it just works, because this is just how Film Mixers works. Regardless of what camera you throw at it, RGB you sure will have RGB channel as long as your image is colorful. So 8-bit, 10-bit, 12-bit, you won't see any deterioration on the image at all because of the channel map. So film mixer engine, you can buy them alone at the light version of PFA Color Suite. At the mixer engine level, you also can buy at the full suite level. You always have this tool. Okay. So now let's regrade. Let's try something else. Let's see the power of CinePulse AI again. We grade with AI. See, this entire thing changed the whole way you do color grading. You know, previously we spent so much time nailing the base foundation. Now 3 clicks, 4 clicks, we've done it. And look at the grade. Just now we do so many steps, but now I feel actually the grade is better than what we have accomplished earlier, because they understand how I grade. Actually, this is a very nice muted scene, the muted look, you know. So you can filter through all these different options. I love this. And I can go down to Film Mixer and remix the color again, add more cyan to align with other shots. And that's how easy and simple it is. It totally transforms and make color grading so fun. Okay. And look at this shot, same thing. We can do calibration. We can, this time around, can do more magenta in the shot, depending on different mood of the scene. I can remix the color, add more blue in the scene, add more yellow to the scene, and it's totally up to me to make it colder. Okay, and make it fairer. So it's really totally up to you and your judgment. So that is really the creative process. But of course, you can grade with AI to try out different options. You can increase the intensity, AI influence to see how different things look, but it won't be that strong. So let's look at all the options out there. For example, now I want more magenta and green to create an eerie kind of emotion. I can do it. I want teal and orange. I can do it. I can do teal and orange as well. I can have so many options to create different look I want. And that is the power that you should be entitled to. Okay. So if you want to grade everything again, same thing. We just use correction log, correction exposure, correction and white balance. You get a very nice foundation for you to grade any single look. Okay. Look at how beautiful all this grade is. Okay, so that's all for this episode. We filtered through some of the options of the power of PFA Color Suite. It really transform and cut down a lot of time you need to invest, especially for people who are beginners who have zero experience on color grading. 15 note tree is too much. And when you do with 20 shots, 30 shots, 100 shots over a production, and that's when the things stack. You need to label every single node. You need to make sure what they are controlling, jumping through interface. But one node, cut away all the chase, fill, click, nail the look, then refine from there. The power is in the hands of the beginners right now. They can achieve results that as professional can do. And if you are fully professional and against AI, you can still use all the tools to nail your final look. And trust me, printer lights, etc. If you try the default DaVinci Resolve printer lights, it doesn't have steam protection built in. Please try out all the free trial versions. You can download at the free trial and try out all the features for free before you commit to a 45% off using promo code ThankYou2026. Don't miss this chance. My name is Nash, Passion Fuels Ambition. I shall see you in the next one.